now this is a different conversation. You know, when we talk about marriage and stuff, it's like, I feel like we're in this space as a society where we fear getting married, but we don't fear having kids with the wrong person. Like, how did we get there? No, because it doesn't make sense. A lot of guys will talk about, I don't want to get married because there's too much commitment. Having a child is a bloody commitment. Like, you're bound... No, Zara, I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
If you get married to a person, right, you can get a divorce and go about your business.
Right.
But if you have a child, you guys are bound. Forever because of that child.
Yeah.
You can't escape that.
No, you can't. You can't divorce that. You can't break up with that. You can't remove yourself from that.
So I don't understand, like, how are you afraid to get married but you're not afraid to have a kid?
No,
with the wrong person.
No, it makes no sense.
It's not rational at all. It's very backwards.
Yeah, it's confusing. I don't understand it. And I sent you, did I send you the TikTok of the girl that was like, you lot, she was like, you lot talk a lot about not finding a good man, but a lot of you seem to be getting pregnant lately.
Oh.
I was like, you didn't have to come for them like that, though.
She did need to come for them.
But it's the truth.
Those girls are stupid.
No, but so who are you having a baby for? If you're out here screaming that you can't find a good man, who are you having a child for? Why are you pregnant?
Why are you pregnant?
Like, why are you pregnant? Like, what are we doing? You know, and it's on both fucking genders. Yes. Because men will be out here screaming they don't want to be married, they don't want to be in a committed relationship. Strap up. My love, do something about it then. If you don't want to be in a commitment, don't get anyone pregnant. You know?
Right.
Don't do that.
Right.
Don't have sex with the first woman that you see.
Oh my days. Have some discipline. Oh my, it's difficult, but it's not like you can't do it.
It's not the hardest thing in the world.
It's not the hard. Oh.
I don't get it. I don't like.
It goes back to conditioning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
It's what we're taught, what they understand.
Like men can have sex and not have feelings and whatever. But it's just like you don't have to have it.
You know what, right?
But even that's a lie. I'm sorry.
No, but like I don't understand, like, because this is how I was brought up, right? It's that anyone that you are going to have sex with will possibly be the father of your child. That is how I grew up.
Yeah. So
regardless of whoever I'm with, I better be damn well sure if a baby comes out of this,
I've got a good father. Yeah,
I'm happy. That makes sense. Yeah. Whether or not I stay with him doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if that circumstance does arise, I'm happy to know that that baby is going to have a good dad, right? Regardless of whatever situation me and that man is in. Why is I never understood how that isn't everybody else's upbringing.
No, it doesn't make sense at all.
Even men.
It's concerning.
Even men. Anyone that you sleep with could possibly be the mother of a child. Any woman that you sleep with could be the mother of your child, and we don't think about that. That didn't cross your mind. No, your hormones were racing, the adrenaline was there, testosterone was too high that you couldn't think about. You're like, what was going on? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me that you're out here just having babies for no reason. Like, I don't understand.
Oh, no, but it's just like all for sexual gratification.
Sex ain't all
it's really not.
Like, get a cuddle. Go to someone's house and just get a cuddle. Or go my business.
So the thing
like,
is, it's like
play game, shit. I don't know.
No, but they be thinking that they want sex. They actually don't want. It's not just sex. They want something more, but they just don't know what it is.
Yes.
And they think it's tied up in sex.
Yes.
And it's not.
But I think I sent you that TikTok where they was explaining, right, that because of how the genders are raised differently, and regardless of whatever situation we want to say, 2021, whatever, these are still things that we're conditioned to believe, right? So men understand sex first, intimacy after, and women understand intimacy first, sex after. Okay. That is how we're brought up. That is how we're That's how society teaches us.
Mm.
So we get into this situation where we can't have conversations with men. We can't be in situations with men easily anymore because, say for example, you can't tell me your feelings until we're in a sexual relationship, and I can't be in a sexual relationship with you until we have a feelings conversation. How do we communicate? How does this
work?
How does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so that's also where the problem lies. Like you're saying, men want more, but they don't know how to get that. Of course they don't, because the first thing they're taught is to have sex. So sex comes first. After they have enough sex with you, enough of that intimacy, then they feel like, I can open up with her, I can talk to her, I can bare my life to her, whatever it is. And that's usually that's how they fall in love. Whereas with women, I want you to be supportive to me first. I want you to pour into me. I want to have deep conversations with you. I want to feel like I'm safe. And then I want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
And so then we get into these issues where it's like, well, I don't want to have sex if we're not intimate. And men are like, well, I can't be intimate unless we have sex. So what do we do, right? And those are the issues that we're under. And it's like society teaches us all these things that we really can't even communicate with each other.
We can't.
You know, we can't, like, at the core of it, we can't communicate with each other.
Because we don't understand. Like, it all doesn't make sense. Even you saying that, in my head, I'm like, so how are we even attracted to each other in the first place? Like, what type of force is it? Like, I can't. But the thing is that the attraction is there regardless. And the connection that you want is there regardless. Like, you can have a connection to someone and not feel any type of, like, I have never spoken to that person, have never anything. So the connection is still able to be there, but it's like we don't have those conversations. Like, no one has those conversations. If I understood that men genuinely cannot be intimate with me unless they have sex, I would not speak to boys. Yeah.
Like, I would wait until I found a man that has actually understood that that's an issue, and then we can talk about that. Does that make sense? But none of those things we know because we don't even know enough about ourselves.
Right. Exactly. And we're going off things that we hear outside and internalizing it and thinking that's how we are.
Right. But that's also something that society teaches us. Like, society teaches us that men are allowed to be out here and just having sex with anyone.
Yeah. So
they're able to create connections like that. You know? But women, can't be out here and having sex with anyone. It's confusing and it's broken. Like, it's confusing and it's broken.
Yeah.
And then we get into these situations where you've got baby mums and
unwanted soul ties, unwanted pregnancies. You know.
And then you're bloody confused out here doing dumb shit like, I don't want to be married but I have 5 kids. Like, what? You basically married to 5 women. That's what you are. For the rest of your life.
But we've said that
you are now married to those 5 women.
Yeah, but if you have a kid with someone, we feel like you should just be with that person.
Yeah. But that's also what society teaches us.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I said in the beginning of this episode, I ain't got a kid, so I can't talk. Like, I can't say how that situation might go, how it's supposed to go, how anything is supposed to happen. I just have my opinions. These are our opinions. But, like, in my mind, and it's still very idealized, I will happily say that. But if anyone that I'm having a baby for, I want to be with them. Yes. I would want to be with them.
I want we are having a family.
Right. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Right? Whether or not that happens, I don't know.
Then again, family, there's diversity in family. There's different types of family. You know, you have your single parent family, step families, blended families.
Of course, but, like, okay, so then removing it from, like, me wanting to be with the person that I have a baby for, it would just be like, I would want it to be a family regardless.
Yeah.
Like I said, if we had a baby for the same man, I want us, like, we're gonna, some form of co-parenting family situation is gonna happen because I want my children to be raised with their family.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's the only thing that I want. Does that make sense? Like, anything else, don't really care about it, but that is what I want. Like, I'm going to have a situation where my children are raised in a family, whether it is all blood or not, they will have a family. But, like, these are not the things that we talk about because we get so caught up in our own issues. Like, vendettas for no reason, revenge for no reason, using your child as revenge to a man. that's never the situation you want to be in. Like, how could you say that you're not going to allow the dad to see their child because you have an issue with the dad?
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
That doesn't make... You're depriving your kid from being with their dad.
Right.
Why would you do that to your child? Like, you are traumatizing your child at that point.
For your own stuff.
Yeah.
Because you've got an issue. That has absolutely nothing to do with that baby. Like, absolutely nothing to do with that baby. You know? And people be having children and not knowing themselves. And it's like, we don't think about how serious children actually are.
And how sensitive they are to things as well.
But, like, I don't know why. You know, in school, right? So... I don't know whether we get this in society. It's like what you were saying. Like, we don't want to be married, and we understand the commitment. We understand the commitment that is marriage, but we don't understand the commitment that is a child.
Yeah.
Like, where did we learn that? Does that make sense? Like, I want to know where we learned that, because I don't remember learning about marriage, but I remember learning that. Like, I don't remember learning about in marriage, like, how marriage is like that's it. Once you get married, you're trapped. Like, there's all these things.
Yeah, but why see that pisses me off, because marriage is not a trap. Like, there's commitment, but there's also freedom in commitment. People really need to unwire and unlearn this whole, oh well, you know, if you're in a relationship or if you're in a marriage, you're imprisoned, basically.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
But that's how we've depicted marriage for a long time. Does that make sense?
Okay, but what are you imprisoned by? Is it because you can't act on your desires?
I guess.
Because that...
should be doing that anyway.
Exactly. If anything, you are internally imprisoned by your own desires.
Yes. Yeah, no, well, I don't... Okay. This is the thing with marriage. I think we all have different definitions of marriage.
Mm.
And this is why you should have conversations with whoever it is that you're with at the time that you're with, because everyone has their different definition of marriage. And so when you get into marriage, because you haven't talked about what your partner's idea of the perfect husband or wife or whoever it is, you get into a marriage where people start playing roles that they think they're supposed to play instead of the roles that you've made decisions to play.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Like,
yes.
I'll be playing what I think a wife should be, and he's
wife material.
Yeah, and he's playing what he thinks a husband to be.
Yeah.
But we haven't actually talked about what I want for a husband, and we haven't talked about what he wants for a wife. Because really, nothing should be changing. If I was at a stage where he wanted to propose to me and we are getting married, then I should be continuing to be that woman in the marriage.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because that's the whole reason we're here. That shouldn't have to change, or he shouldn't have to change when we get into this commitment.
Yeah.
Because that's how we got here. We were being the people that we were before this marriage.
You just have a label.
Yeah. We should continue being that person after. That's it. And I feel like we're at this stage now where it's very confusing because we have so much different understandings of marriage, and because we have so much different understandings of what it means to be in relationships, that everyone just starts playing these roles that they think they're supposed to be playing, and we're actually not talking about what it actually is, you know? And so I feel like that's why this understanding of, like, marriage is a trap, all these things, is because people are talking about what they think a marriage is and not what actually their marriage is going to be.
Right.
And what they want for their marriage.
But the thing that makes me, like, kind of confused also is that I feel like a lot of men have this idea, like, you know how we, like, plan out our lives? A lot of them think that, oh, you know, when they're young they can be a hoe and whatever, and then they get married and then they're hoeless. Like, they have no sexual desires and da-da-da-da. That's not how it works. Like, you can't go from being single out here in these streets. You are now in an institution, marriage, and you don't think you still have those same desires.
No, let me simplify it like this. So, you haven't run a day in your life, but next year you're going to the Olympics.
Marathon.
You're doing what? How are you going to get there? You haven't trained a day in your life for the Olympics, and you think you're going to win gold medal.
You think you're going to get to the finish line?
Bro, how you going to do that? How are you going to do that when you haven't trained? Like, these are the things that we don't talk to men. Like, you can't be in, like, you train yourself to be able to not have sexual desires.
Yeah, it's
like,
discipline.
It's discipline.
And I was watching a video of this guy and he was talking about, like, that's, in terms of control, being, like, very, like, being in, you know, in terms of, like, self-control, that's the biggest type of control. For a man, 100%. Controlling their sexual desires. Whereas for us, it's, like, controlling our emotions.
Yeah.
You think... No, don't make me laugh.
Like, how did you think you were going to do that? Even removing it from marriage, how did you think you was going to be in a long-term relationship? Just what? The next day you was just what? Going to be prepared? No.
Yeah.
And nothing was ever going to come at you. You was never going to have any sexual desires. You was never going to be drawn to other women. Nothing ever in life. What? For the rest of your life? No. Can't be. You have to train for those things. You have to discipline yourself until you're able to do that. And that requires you not going a long period of time sleeping with loads of women. That means being with yourself and understanding yourself and understanding that those sexual desires are going to be there anyway. It's just whether or not you decide to take those offers up. Does that make sense?
100%.
People can throw yourself at
themselves at you
all the time.
Yes.
But you saying yes, 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 yes to every single woman is not going to allow you to have any discipline. Does that make sense? Like, that's not how you get into these relationships. That's not how you get into a marriage.
And that's how you lose your power as a man. Like that, and this is the thing, a lot of men think, oh, the more women that they're with, that's what makes them a man. It doesn't make you a man. If anything, in my eyes, it makes you very weak. Yeah. Because a woman can just lure you in with her body.
And that's all you need.
And that's all you need.
Where's the respect for yourself? No.
Where's the respect? No. Ooh. Nah, Zara. Where is the respect?
They don't have any, though.
But they be demanding respect from everyone else.
But they're taught that they don't need it, though. Does that make sense? Like, respect for me... Okay. I am drawn to men that have that persona that is like...
You can't chat to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I know who I am. And because I know who I am, not anyone can be around me. That's just it. I have been like that since I was young. That is always and forever been my type.
That was my type. And then I dealt with someone who just easy access, like friendly, and I was like repulsed. Like, you know, like it was so bad because when I was dealing with him, right, it was like, when this ends, I'm never dating someone like this ever again. No, it's so bad.
Like is the anomaly.
Yeah,
and you are going to be the only
anomaly. I'm learning from you. Like, I'm learning that this is not the man I would ever want to
Yeah, but you had to learn that.
No, 100%.
Of course.
Yeah, but, oh, God, yeah, no. A man that's like, okay, you're here and what? You can't get what you want from, like, you can't just chat to me anyhow.
Yeah. Like, same way, I like women that are able to choose the men that they're with. It's the same thing
I want from a man.
From Matt, 100%.
Agreed.
I just don't want everyone to have access to you. That's not someone that doesn't make me want you.
It makes me...
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, go about, yeah.
Everyone can have you, and you can stay over there.
I don't want you no more.
I want someone that not everyone has access to. You know?
Yeah.
No, everyone can want you.
Yeah,
I'm fine with everyone wanting you.
But, like... Yeah, access.
Right.
Agreed.
You know, and that for me is like respect for yourself. Right? You can choose to you can choose to sleep with whoever you want. But people getting access to you and your power, it's a thing that we don't talk about enough for men. Like, we talk about it for women all the time for some reason, because they're allowing people into them. For some reason that's different. Don't know why. But like, you don't have any respect for yourself and who you're going into. Yeah. Like, you can't just be going into everyone. You just can't. It's not something that you would want for yourself. Yeah. And also with that, it's like you said, right, they think they can be out here doing all these things, and then for some reason they get to married and they're like absolved of all of this stuff. For some reason you also think that you're going to find a woman that was never doing it.
You know what? I was just about to say that. It's like, men don't... The standards that they hold women to, they don't hold them to themselves. No, if that makes sense.
Oh my God.
Because no. Can we talk about it? Because it's the double standards again. How can you be out here in these streets but think every woman is loyal? You think every woman is not capable of doing the same things that you're doing? There's women who are more worse than more worse than you. Period.
Yeah, or even at the root of it, who do you think you're having sex with?
Right.
Women that are not like that.
Or
women
you
that
think,
are not like
yeah,
you.
but you think your future wife, isn't moving the way that. Right. Because I've had conversations with my male friends, and they've been living their lives. So I'm not judging them. I was like, but I'll say to them, your wife's probably doing the same thing. Like,
100%.
God forbid. God forbid. No, she's with the nuns. She's praying.
Can't be. Why would she be?
Right.
She's like...
No, but why are you holding her to that standard that you don't even hold yourself to?
No, you know what? You know what I have an issue with? It's that why do you think that... Why do you think... This is going to sound really bad for a second, but why do you think that a woman that has not given her body to anyone is going to want you?
Ooh. Facts. Yes.
Why do you think that?
It's the entitlement.
It is.
Men actually believe that they're entitled to women's bodies. And when you don't give them or don't fulfill that, don't allow them to be entitled, that's when they start to act up.
Like,
no, fuck off.
It's confusing to me that for some reason, like, this is the way I understand it, right? How I am is what I expect from my partner.
Yes, agreed.
Because I can't expect more. I'm not
doing more. Right.
Yeah.
No.
Like we've said in past episodes that I am ready for my husband because the wife that I want to be, I am not her yet. So therefore, I'm not ready for my husband.
Yeah.
When I am, my standards are going to be through the fucking roof because I know the type of wife that I want to be. Does that make sense? When I reach there, then I will start looking for that. Right? Whether the person that I'm with is still that or gets there at the same time that I do, then I'll be over the moon.
Yeah.
But if not,
then
I have to find that because those are the standards that I've now brought myself to.
You will have that.
Yes. But it's like, I don't understand why we then don't think like that now.
Yeah.
Like
it shouldn't be a future thing.
Yeah, like men for some reason assume you're doing all that fuckeries now, right? At some point, the woman that you want to be with isn't going to also have a past. You have to allow her to have a past.
Right.
You have to be prepared for her to have a past and be okay with that because you got the same shit.
Yeah, but then again, that hoe face could hit her at any point. There's women, yeah, who are like all stuck to themselves for their 20s and then be a hoe by 50.
But most of the time that is how it happens.
Yes.
Because we're taught not
to do that. Yeah, exactly.
And so that we end up doing it later in our lives. Because we're like, well, shit, I didn't get a chance to do it then.
I didn't get to live.
To do it now. Yeah, 100%.
I give no fucks now.
So, like, that's where we get to. So, it's like you're going to have to allow that from the person that you're with because you did it. Like, don't expect something from other people. It's the hypocrisy for me.
Yeah.
It is the hypocrisy for me. And I can't do... Oh, my God. No one understands how angry I get. You know how angry I get. Where people... It's the hypocrisy for me. Like, you cannot expect something from someone that you are not doing. Or that you are... Like, you just... Anyone that you're around, expect them to be you.
Yeah.
Expect them to be you. Expect you from them. That is what it is. If you are an amazing person, then expect everyone around you to be an amazing person. And if they're not, then you can move on. Do you get what I mean? If you're a shit person, you cannot expect everyone you're around to be amazing. You just cannot. Right? And if you are sleeping with everyone under the sun, don't expect yourself to find a woman that is not sleeping with everyone under the sun. I'm not saying that there's anything good or bad about it. Either way, you just cannot expect that from others. Do you get what I mean? And I don't understand why we think that is the situation that we're in. Like, it's just not...
It's the ghetto. I'm sorry, no. It's just the gutter, even.
No, not the gutter.
No, it's the gutter. I'm not involved.
It's the gutter in the ghetto.
I'm just observing.
Like, I just
can't.
We're very confused.
We are.
Men are also very confused.
No, they're okay, no. I don't want to bash. They're the most confused. At points. No, at certain stages, they are actually the most confused.
Like, just be what you want to see.
Exactly.
That for me, that is that is how I want to live my life.
Mm.
And I think that's where I'm getting to. I'm striving for that, and I'm implementing that daily, because it's like, how can you expect what you aren't, you know? And we talk about this all the time with energies. What you give off is what you're going to get back.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot expect from people what you're not giving out. Like, it's just not, it's not what it is. And the more that you give out what you want to see, you'll see it. Like, you will see it.
Yeah.
You know? And so just beware of yourself and whoever you're around, and don't accept things from people that you're not okay with. Like, a red flag is a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
An issue is an issue. A standard that you have is a standard that you have. But don't make your standard something that you aren't yourself.
And don't, like, make negotiations with don't negotiate your boundaries.
For a man.
For a man. Yeah, no.
But we do it to ourselves.
No, we do. And I've done it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no.
100%. The only reason why we can say this is because we've done it. You know?
The same way Summer Walker can talk on what she's talking about, she's telling you to learn it. It's because she's been through it.
Right, and she's trying to stop others from going through it.
That.
But some people like to learn the hard way.
Yes, and you know the Caribbean proverb, those who don't hear must feel.
Feel. Oh, gosh!
So.
We'll let you feel, you know. Yeah. You don't want to feel it, but you can feel it if you want.
If you want, yeah. Choice is yours.
100%. Like, either learn or, you know, get taught. But, like, it's...
so long.
It's just long. Like, the differences between, like... It's like we're in two different worlds sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, how men are and how women are, and all in between. It's like we're just not ever on the same page.
Yeah.
We're not. And then we're not even on the same page with ourselves. Like, we was talking about, like, there's no sisterhood, there's no, like, these conversations aren't had enough. Yeah. They're just not talked about. It's not seen. For some reason, if we're on here, we're either bashing men. If we're not bashing men, we're bashing girls. Yeah, it's like, yes, we all need to get bashed just a little bit because we're all doing some bullshit.
Getting checks, yeah.
But it's like, at the end of the day, we all have to give ourselves grace. And it's like I said, just be what you want to see. Just be what you want to see. And you know what? Everything else, just forget about it. Just leave it, let it go, get on with your life. Mm-hmm. Because this like, the world ain't going to change overnight.
100%.
But you can definitely change what is your world.
Yeah. You can create your world.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know what's gonna go on in my life, but for damn sure my children finna have a family. Mm-hmm. That's it. I don't know what else is gonna come out of that, but that's what I want. That's what I'm gonna make sure that I have, and that's it. Like, if you was enjoying Sad Girl Hour, you know, we was there with you, just enjoying it, just the same. But like, if that album hit you too hard, then
it's a hill, babe.
Learn some lessons. Like, take that as the catalyst for your healing.
Yes. Mm.
You know?
But also believe in that and having hope that you're going to make it to the other side. Because I think that's the problem sometimes with, like, these sad moments. We just think we're stuck in this hole and we can't get out. Like, it's just, like, pain is temporary.
Yes.
Hurt is temporary.
Yes.
You know? You feel it now, but by next week or even a couple days, you're going to be fine. You know?
Mm-hmm. But you have to want to change what's happening.
Yeah.
You know?
And believe it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to want to change that's happening. And I think the hardest thing to do is look at yourself in these situations. Like, we love to go, well, I'm not the issue. Everybody else is the issue. I'm not the issue. Men are. I'm not the issue. She is. No, bitch. I'm the issue.
You know what happened to me the other day? I now look at things like, what is God trying to teach me? Like, what part am I playing in this?
Yeah. Because we always are.
Mm-hmm. And I realize, like, you know me, I'm very indecisive. But, like, now I'm making decisions.
Yeah, no, you have to. You have to. Like, even the people pleaser gene in me, it's so freaking strong. Like, even though there's a lot that I have learned from, there's still certain things that I know that I do, and that it feeds it a little bit. So even, for example, posted a YouTube video yesterday, right? In the midst of editing that video, like, I was sending you clips, right? And I was like, what does this look like? Do you think this is okay? Not because I haven't made a decision, because that part of me is still very much intact. That part of me to be like, what does everybody else think?
Like approval.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is everybody else gonna like it? Is it okay to everybody else?
You like the okay box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rather than just like, I like it, I think it looks nice, I'm gonna post it. Like, that is still there.
Yeah.
And I feel like even with little things, like, instead of sending the pictures that you're gonna post to Instagram to your friends, just post them.
Yeah.
The ones that you like, just post them. Just make decisions for yourself. Just post. Like, we have to look at what part we play in it. Like, as much as I can say everyone that I had around me was making me a people pleaser, they weren't. I was making myself like that.
You had a choice.
100%. We have a choice in it. Most things that we do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, some shit just does happen, but how we decide to go further from those and how we decide to move on from those things is up to us.
And forgiving ourselves.
For things that we do, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, you know, we were talking the other day about being very, like, self-critical. And I feel like being self-critical has not enabled me to forgive myself for some of the things that I've chosen to indulge in or engage with. So, like, with healing and my journey, I'm learning to forgive myself and understand. At that time, I didn't have the same knowledge that I have now.
Yeah.
I had to go through that experience in order to understand and see things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
So
and you wouldn't be here without it.
And I wouldn't be here without it. And why am I going to bash myself for that?
Right. But, you know, these are the things that we get taught oftentimes. It's like, we are our biggest critics. Like, we say this all the time. We're our biggest critics, and then things just spiral from there because we're already beating ourselves up by it before anyone else can beat us up about it.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, well, shit, if I am my biggest fan and I am my biggest supporter and I am my biggest love, then I ain't got shit to worry about.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't need no one around me. I don't need from anything. What I want is what I will find.
Yeah.
But I don't need from anything because it's already within me.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
That everything is full, you're already full, and then whatever you find is just to add to your
whole.
plate. Yeah. By yourself. No one ever makes you whole. You are whole alone. Otherwise you wouldn't have come into this world by yourself. You know?
Hello.
That's it. Born alone, die alone. Shit. Like, fuck. Go and be with yourself forever. Like,
exactly. And no one understands you better than you know yourself.
Right. So if you don't know yourself very well, what do you expect from other people?
Right.
You know? But I think that is all. Yes. We've ranted, we've shouted, we've screamed. But
we felt
100%. 100% we internalized.
Yep.
But you know, we're over it now.
But we good. Yeah. We over it.
We over it. Okay?